MREs and freeze-dried stuff sitting it back home.
Well, I mean, back then too, like if you owned your farm, there wasn't like maybe there was a small amount of tax or whatever that you'd have to pay, or some sort of minimal overhead. Now it's like thousands of dollars every month that you have to pay in order to like have your business going, right? And if you don't have that income from it, or like your farm isn't producing, or whatever it is that's going on, it's not like you can just like hunt rabbits and figure it out. Like you're going to be out on your ass because the bank's going to come and take your shit and tell you to fuck the fuck off forever and never fucking cry about it ever and steal your shit away and sell it to the highest bidder, which is probably going to be some foreign national that's buying our country a piece at a time because we're willing to fucking sell it to them.
Have you?
And not just the taxes, bureaucratic overhead, insurance.
Cool. That's not the point. The point is that like things were different back then, and it wasn't an eighth of the population. It was more like a third. There was about 120 million people in the United States during the Great Depression. And during that time, it was estimated that 6 million people out of that 120 starved to death either directly or indirectly because of the economic situation that they were dealing with. So basically about 4 or 5% of the population starved to death during that, when everyone, not everyone, but a good a good portion of the population knew how to like jar and can and preserve and like forage and make something out of nothing and like eat less, and like people just ate less back then. Like you look at like World War I uniforms, you can't even fit a normal sized mannequin into that uniform now.
Yeah.
Yep. You ever gone through any of the old colonial stuff like Gettysburg, East Coast Civil War, Revolutionary War stuff? Like the beds are only 5 feet long.
Well, and then you also consider Great Depression, right? Everyone knew how to do stuff. Not everybody, but most people knew how to do shit, and that many people starved to death with 1/3 of the population of the country that it is today, with the social cohesion that they had back then, which we don't have anymore, and 5% of the population starved to death. If that happened again, I think it'd be a lot more than 5 million people would starve to death.
Well, I think that's where you just have total breakdown. You got people shooting each other and looting, and you're killing. That's where I think it would go. Have you talked about the farms though? Have you seen that? You're talking about cohesion, Honda. You seen that picture of the farmers beating up the cop because the bank was trying to sell the home, and the farmers got together and they wanted to buy the home for the widower at like the lowest price because the bank was selling it, and the cop tried to stop him or something. And have you seen that picture?
No, but I have seen the picture, and this is during like Soviet Russia when the farms were failing and people were starving to death. And it's a mother and father on like a street corner or something like that, like part of a market, with a table full of meat, right? And when you look at the picture, you realize that's human meat.
Oh.
And then you realize they had children. They literally killed their children rather than watch them starve to death, and sold their meat on a market so that because they couldn't bring themselves to eat it themselves, but other people would, so that they could like use that money to buy other food or something.
Oh.
Because that's how desperate people were. And that wasn't, I mean, yeah, that's an abnormal thing, but during that point in time, bro, like that was something that you might see, And
well, the Great Depression when they were selling their kids, that picture.
Well, yeah, because a kid, you can get any money out of them. It's a lot better than having to feed a kid. And it goes from a negative to a positive financially, right?
Yeah, it's the picture of the mother crying. She's hiding her face, and her kids are, so she's selling her children. Like, oh my gosh. I'm trying to find that picture. It's really cool. It's there's a backstory to it as well. It's a bunch of farmers like beating up a cop.
Well, I mean,
I'm driving.
There was all kinds of crazy shit that happened in that period of time. I mean, look at what happened in Oklahoma, right? Like, what year was that? 1919 or something like that?
Yeah.
Where they bombed all the black people because they were like super racist and didn't want the black people around. Like, just people were different back then in this country, and they were willing to take actions that today would you'd be an extremist, you know? Like, honestly.
Black Wall Street.
What were you gonna say, HBO?
Oh, I'm driving through Fort Collins right now.
FOCO?
Heading up to Seattle. Oh, yay.
Don't stop for the foot traffic.
Or do, and just let us know what happens.
Did you see that dude in the truck? I think it was in Washington, where like the BLM protesters or whatever were out on the street, and he stopped and they started beating on his door, and then a guy got up on his hood and he popped it in reverse, and then like the dude fell off, and then the crowd went fucking nuts because they won't let a guy walk on his truck. Like, fuck me, dude.
The dangerous thing was the asshole who jumped up on the back and started trying to rip his airlines off. That'll get you stuck.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So this is supposed to be a UFO chat. I don't know. Because apparently there's been a lot of sightings more recently of UFO events that have happened in the recent past. There's 2 videos that I found that were compelling that I wanted to go over at some point tonight. One of them was a sighting from Mexico in the last month that has been publicized, and there's also one that the State Department has admitted is real, but don't really talk about what it actually is because maybe they don't know. I don't know, dude. But UFO disclosure, if I am correct, is about a month away, right? It's like the end of May.
That's right. End of May. Let's check it. I'm gonna check it out.
Because part of the bill that Trump signed was like, hey, you've got 6 months to do UFO disclosure to get all your files together or whatever and make them publicly available. Everything you got. And so that's been about 5 months now. So yeah, it's coming up, man. I don't know where they are with that report. I can almost guarantee you though, when they do release it, whatever it is, it's going to be almost unsearchable information, you know, just like, here's all of the information we have. Like, you're going to need an expert decoder to find anything in it. Like,
it's going to be completely blacked out. It'll be all the documents, but it's all blacked and redacted.
Will Smith is going to come out in a suit with a little fucking pen light and go,
No. They give all the written documents, but they're written in an alien language.
Alienese.
You just have to decipher the hieroglyphs.
Yep. Oh, that would be epic.
I mean, at least that would show that they have like fucking alien writing, and that would prove that there's been aliens here and that we have their writing.
So is it going to be the Navy triangles or the new video from the Air Force?
Sorry, I had to fill my bag because I can smoke inside again, so I don't have to like worry about roommates. Oh, yeah, you guys like my new hat? I just got this too. I finally own a piece of something that has a Colorado flag or anything Colorado on it. I always made fun of people who had that shit because they're tourists. They're not really from here, but here I am with a Colorado hat, so.
It's cool.
Oh, hey, the bricks are shaped like Colorado. Do you own a brick?
Only if there's a riot.
I said, did you grab the Navy flying triangles vid, or is it that new Air Force one?
It was the Navy flying triangles vid.
Okay. That one's just kind of weird.
Yeah, you can't really see what's going on, but it doesn't seem like there's light refraction or whatever, you know what I mean? And then there's this. And I don't think that light refraction makes the light into a shape like that, like a triangle, maybe. I don't know.
Well, at this point, I'd be kind of like, hey, let's just make some fucking fucked up looking drones and start flying them around to mess with people. That sounds kind of fun.
I mean, we got this one from Mexico, though. Share screen. Yeah, we share the screen, yeah. Dude, and it's got like a blinking light at the front, right? Like that looks like it could be a jet.
That's
But then the lights get further away from the nose and move around.
You said this is Mexico?
C.
It's like a cartel jet.
nope. That's not natural. That's not. Nope.
Well, nobody thinks it's natural.
No, that's not. That's unhealthy.
That's unhealthy.
I'm not into that at all.
It's not
looks
swamp
like a man.
gas.
Looks like a man screaming, 2 eyes and a mouth. And he's going, "Hello." Nope.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what this shit is. And again, for anyone out there who hasn't been watching the show long enough, I have seen a UFO myself. Like, I saw some shit in the sky that looked like a helicopter, and it was like moving around weird. And then I was looking at it because something was off about it, and I didn't know what it was. And I was like, "Oh, it's not making any sound. Like, how close this helicopter is to me, you would be able to hear the fuck out of it. Like, why can you not hear anything?" And that's what, like, subconsciously got my attention about the whole thing in the first place. And then I was, like, looking at this thing. And I swear to God, it was, like, it read my mind. It's like, uh-oh, human alert. Someone noticed us. Okay, go to star mode, right? And then it went from helicopter mode, where it looks like a helicopter kind of floating around, to, like, star. And didn't move, and, like, faded, and, like, didn't, it had the same color as the stars around it and the same brightness. And I was like looking at this thing like, you motherfucker, like, no, I don't believe that you're a star. Like, I just saw you flying around as a helicopter. And for about a minute, like a full minute, I just stood there like looking at this fucking thing, like the star in the sky. And it was like, oh, human alert. It's not giving up. Let's get the fuck out of here. And then it went like from star mode back to helicopter mode, right? And then it like flashed a couple of times, like fucking lightning, and then it shot across the sky like the Starship Enterprise going to Warp 9. And I wasn't drunk, I wasn't high, I wasn't sleep deprived, I wasn't on drugs, I'm not mentally deprived, or, well, maybe a little bit.
I mean, you are Honda.
But not to the point where I hallucinate things that don't exist. At least not normally. Not that I can recall. Unless this is the example. I mean, the one time I was hallucinating. But yeah, dude. Jumpy says that was the cocaine haze talking to your eyes. Maybe. Standard navigation lights have red on the port left side and green on the starboard right side. If it's moving left to right, the lights are correct for standard navigational lights. Red and green, but there's no green light. It's red and yellow, red and orange, red and red. I don't know. Blood on Steel says, got see the SpaceX launch all the way here in SC the other morning. Freaked me out until I found out what it was, LOL. Oh, so you fucking saw the SpaceX launch and you thought it was a UFO?
I can see that being pretty trippy.
There have been some West Coast launches, like the anti-ballistic missile stuff, that did weird shit going through clouds that freaked a lot of people out and looked amazing.
Spectrapar says, isn't it a little convenient this is coming out now? Maybe a distraction? And I've thought about that. Like, if you wanted to throw the hardcore conspiracy theorist off of your trail and give them a bone to follow or like a trail to follow, UFOs might be a good way to get people off of your, get people onto a different track anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, already?
They came for him.
Hold on.
Not the siren. Not the siren.
No, you got to get like alien like landing craft noise or something.
Okay. UFO sound effects.
Yes.
Duke!
Duke.
Whoa. What's up, man?
They're coming for you, Duke.
No, I'm good, baby. I'm good. I don't need any of that in my life. Whatever that noise is not okay.
You're gonna be the next UFO.
Nope. Next. Nope. Nope.
These are like MIDI sound effects.
Still think of you guys when I go take out the trash in the morning, looking at the cornfields. Oh no! Nope. don't like that scene. The torture scene? No. No.
Play the exploding fungus from X-Files.
I don't know. Trying to skip all these advertisements. Oh, these are just scary film scenes. Damn it. I hate how when you search the internet for this shit, they never show you what you actually want to see. I want to see scary alien shit. Like, top 20 UFOs caught on camera. That's what it says. Let's see what it is.
I just think about how the human race is devolving so quickly. The aliens are going to show up in 100 years, and they're going to attempt to communicate to us with emojis.
Oh, they got a black and white UFO. Look at that. I don't know when that was, because I'm not going to turn on the sound. But maybe when they were rebuilding Japan after it burnt. It looks Japanese, doesn't it?
It does?
Yeah.
Well, that's fake.
Well, that was like... That was from a movie.
Whoa, what the fuck? See, like the Arizona Lights, like you guys remember seeing that shit, right? Not that everyone saw it directly, but you guys remember seeing the Arizona Lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like fucking, and the government was like, "Oh yeah, that wasn't an alien. That was it was, what did they say? Flares. They were flares that they were dropping." But then someone did some research into it, and they were like, "Okay, what military flights or whatever were planned for that period?" And there was nothing. There's nothing. So it was either top secret shit that they wouldn't release, or, yeah, I don't know what. Leonardo Vu says, "Have you seen Project Blue Book? Check it out on YouTube." Are you talking about the TV show, like the Netflix show or whatever? Project Blue Book, or it wasn't Netflix? It was Sci-Fi Channel, I think.
It was History Channel.
History Channel, that's what it was. And that was actually a pretty interesting show. I only watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch all of it. And the cool thing about that show was that the stories or the episodes that they were doing were things that actually happened with Project Blue Book. So I forget the doctor's name or whatever, the guy that they would have who would come in and debunk shit. But like he was hired by the government to come and like throw doubt on people's stories. So whenever someone would see something, he'd come in and be like, "Oh, it was swamp gas. Oh, it was a weather balloon," or whatever, you know. But yeah, that was Project Blue Book. I haven't seen what you're talking about on YouTube. Maybe not. Night Strike.
How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I saw the Phoenix Lights when they happened in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
I was living in Gilbert, Arizona. It's one of the smaller cities. Angry knows where it was, but I saw the Phoenix Lights.
Night Strike actually summoned the Phoenix Lights?
Yeah.
No, I didn't summon them because I asked them nicely if they could please leave. They didn't, and you know.
They were afraid to mess with the elder god known as Night Strike. So that's why they never returned.
Turns out the lights were actually Night Strike himself in spectral form.
Yes.
No. What it was is I was trying out a new dress, and honestly, dresses with LEDs not so keen.
Dude, that looks like the UFO from fucking
Stargate.
Independence Day. Not like the big crap, but that looks like one of like the little fighter jet things.
Right.
That opens up at the front. New Mexico, 1957. What year was fucking... God, what's that dude's name? Who was at Area 51 who came out and talked about it on Art Bell's show? Damn it, I can't remember his name.
No idea.
No idea.
As soon as someone says it, you guys are going to be like, dude, of course. I can't remember his fucking name, though, right now.
Yeah, it was in the 90s, I think.
Hey, is that the airplane?
What's his
graveyard?
name?
I have no idea offhand.
How do you know what year he was there?
Because I saw something, like, I don't know, like 5 years ago that was talking about, like, UFO disclosure then.
Not Phil Schneider. The guy who worked at Area 51, whose wife cheated on him, and then they fucking took away his clearance, and then like kicked him out, and then he came out with information about it that like got debunked at the time, but later on became true because of the hand scanner and shit that they found. And he said that he saw aliens and stuff. No one knows. Bob Lazar, thank you, Led Life. Jesus fucking Christ. Bob Lazar. I could not fucking remember that name.
I've heard that name, but it doesn't ring a bell with me.
Yeah, no.
Mm-mm.
You guys are on a UFO chat and you don't know the name Bob Lazar?
No.
I'm just here for shits and giggles.
Bob Lazar. You don't know who Bob Lazar is?
My extent of researching UFO incidences are like, I've heard of Roswell, and like, I saw some movies once.
The only reason why we even know anything about Area 51 at all and why it was popularized and like known at all, period, is because of Bob Lazar.
It wasn't because of Indiana Jones?
No.
Aw.
Jesus Christ, Duke.
Again, Jesus. I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm here. I'm here.
I'm here, baby. I'm here.
We
All
bop,
right.
we bop.
I'm muting Duke.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is some crazy shit. There was like UFO sightings from the International Space Station, and there's actually a conspiracy here because supposedly from time to time they have like a live feed that happens from the International Space Station, and that will cut off for some reason, and they won't like give an explanation as to why the feed gets cut, and they think that it's got a delay on it, like a 30-second delay. And whenever they see something, they cut the feed, and then like they only transmit like, you know, the part of the feed that doesn't show the fucking UFO flying by.
Yeah.
Well, that's sneaky of them.
No, it's just a tracking error. The base station lost sight.
Yeah, and like there's certainly astronauts who talked about it. Like, what was the fucking dude who's been to the moon? And it's not Armstrong; it's the other guy.
Fuck.
Buzz Aldrin?
There's
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah,
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin has come out and talked about UFOs and things that are going on, and then like it seems like he's kind of backed off and been like maybe he got warned or something. I'm not sure.
He's also punched people who told him he recorded everything in Hollywood set.
Well, and part of that's been proven, and like that's where a lot of the "we didn't go to the moon" conspiracies come from, is because we were in a space race with Russia, and we wanted to like fucking make it look like we were further ahead at times than we were. So we came out with propaganda films that were filmed on a set to make it look like we were doing things in space so that we could show it to Russia to make them think that we were further ahead than we are. That doesn't mean we didn't go to the moon, but that does mean that some of the footage and shit isn't real.
They said he didn't do anything, and they got punched for it.
Do you think Elon would come out and tell us if he starts seeing stuff on his little space missions?
I did see a tweet from Elon, and it was something like, it showed a graph like, here's digital camera resolution over time, right? It goes up and up and up. Here's pictures of UFO.
Breathe.
Get through this. You can do it.
Here's the resolution of UFOs, and it's just like a flat line.
Maybe once the aliens start messing with his Tesla up in space, then we'll know if there's aliens.
It is funny how technology is advanced, and yet every time a UFO video comes out, it looks like it was filmed from a CCTV from a Circle K in the ghetto.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was his point, is dude, if everyone's got better and better fucking technology to record things, then at some point someone's going to get a better picture of it, and that hasn't happened, therefore it's not real.
Yep.
Spectre Par says, first contact made tomorrow. What happens to world's major religions? I think that they would just incorporate it into the religion, right? Like the Pope would come out and make a statement about how they're God's creations too, or some shit,
Yeah, because Nightstray created all, including humans and other species.
That isn't documented. Unfortunately there's no book of Nightstrike, so we can't say that.
Well, it was lost in the First Flood, the Book of Nightstrike.
Yes. They only made one copy. They didn't realize how popular it was going to be.
Right, they should have made more.
That is a weird-looking bitch. She's an alien.
Wow, Mark. Wow.
That dude's an alien, too. They're all aliens. Ah!
What would happen if, when they release information about, aliens and shit, you just have, some major politician just unzip themselves on stage? You're like, ha ha!
All right, I'm getting pulled in a way station. I'll be back in a minute.
Later. I didn't even know Chile had a navy.
Chilean Navy. Didn't Chile have a fight with Great Britain in 1960 or something like that, or 1980?
You're thinking of Argentina with the Falkland Wars in the early 80s, yeah.
The Newfoundland War, right?
Depends who you talk to. I think it's commonly just the Falklands.
Yeah. Falklands, yes.
And how many reports have there been from pilots over the years? That's the other thing.
Numerous.
Way too many. Way too many for it to be a coincidence.
Because they're the ones who are trained to spot other aircraft in the sky and identify them, right? Because if you're flying by something, you want to know what it is. Look up Project Blue Book on YouTube by Divide X32. Did I spell that right? D-I-V-I-D. Okay. D-I-V-A-D.
Dividex 32?
X. Oh, I guess I should put in the rest of it. Project Blue Book. I've thought about that. The gray aliens being future humans. Like, what if we went into space? Wouldn't we, like, lose body mass because you don't need to fight gravity, so your limbs and everything would, like, eventually evolve to be skinnier and not... And, like, our brains would get bigger because, like, the smart people would go to space, but the dumb people stay on Earth, so only, like, the smart people have really smart kids, and it's really dark out there, so you'd want bigger eyes, right, to, like, be able to see things.
Well, have you seen, like, there's been scientists and stuff that have been predicted what humans are going to look like in 100 years or, like, 200 years or whatever. And they've done, like, drawings and shit like that. And humans in however many hundreds of years, like, we all have bigger eyes and shit and, like, bigger heads, like, as evolution progresses, because they've looked at the history of the human body over thousands of years and how it's progressed to where we are now and just applied that concept to the future. So, I mean, anything's possible in my book.
Yeah, you're talking more like 10,000 years, not a couple hundred.
Yeah, probably right, yeah.
So apparently in Wyoming, Laramie County wants you to wear a mask in a government building. So if they're forcing you to go into a way station, they want you to wear a mask. Fuck that.
In 2 miles, take exit HB on the right to...
I don't know, man. Like, the thing that I saw in the sky covered so much distance in so little time that it was a streak across the sky. There is nothing that I know of that is publicly known that humans have created that can accelerate from 0 to that fast to leave a streak of light across the sky and disappear. Like, there's just nothing.
There's some
nothing.
missiles that could do it, but nothing manned.
No, there's not even a missile that could do it.
There's only things in fiction that can do it.
Right.
Like a DeLorean.
Like, missiles don't take off like the Starship Enterprise going to warp speed. Dwayne Christensen says, check the video I sent you in Discord text. All right, Discord. We're going all over the place tonight. Got aliens on YouTube and Discord and Mexico. Now we're on TikTok. Jesus. And it doesn't want to load.
Surprise, surprise.
Still doesn't want to load. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, this shit. It's hard to see.
Turn right on Bechapari Circle.
Is that a woman or a horse or something?
I don't know. It's weird.
It is.
All right, we're not looking at TikTok. Sorry, as cool as TikTok is, man. Duke, you bastard, you fell asleep again, didn't you?
He did.
He's not even here anymore. He dropped out.
By the way, that video would creep him out, too.
So what are you doing here now? How? So, how about we concentrate on your time?
really want to send that to Duke, but like without everything else there.
It's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
So, you know how the universe was created. So you think God. Okay, illuminator. Well, what happens when we die? Okay, so let me get this straight. There's no God, and we all experience each other's lives, right? Okay, so how was the universe created, and why is it so perfectly made for us?
Actually, that's mathematically been shown to be the case.
Yeah.
That if you there could be an infinite number of different universes, but you have to change the universal constant. Like there's a certain set of parameters of the natural forces of the universe, gravity, electromagnetism, things like that. And that if you change the value of any one of them by even a slight percent, that you'll get a completely different universe than is the one that we exist in. And that the theory is that there is a universe in which, like, there's every universe in which the different parameters have been tweaked to a different level than they are here. And like because of that, like certain universes, like stars never even came together because gravity was too weak. Others, like, there's nothing but black holes because gravity's too strong. Like, I don't know, it's like weird thought process of like how would that actually work out. But then there's also the causality loop, or not loop, but like every decision that you make creates a divergent universe. So like throughout your life you've done nothing but create universes based upon like different decisions that you've made, and there's like thousands of universes in which you're dead, and like because of the decision that you made you're dead, and that was what the difference is. Like, oh, this one you didn't do that and you lived. That's kind of an interesting thought too. But then how would you access those universes, I guess, would be the problem.
It would have to be like the movie The One, where they had the space ability, or not space ability, but they had the travel ability in that one universe.
Right.
Others.
Or like sliders.
Yeah.
So that means we need a remote control and a professor.
I don't know. There's lots of UFO shit out there, man. I do know that.
There is. There really is.
And there's testimony from people who wouldn't be lying about stuff, who have instrument readings of stuff like this, right? And there was like the guy who went on Joe Rogan who was talking about the thing that, like, look at that. It's like not flying like an aircraft would fly, and like not using wind to make it go along or lift it up. It's got some other means of doing it. Leonardo Vu says I should finish this video.
Okay, so why
Everything's freaky. This is one of several.
Hey, speak. Or it's loud. Are you scared, man? You shouldn't be. Okay, so you say you're from the future and an evolutionary descendant of humans. You also say you're a different species. So, which one is it? Are you a descendant of humans or not? Then how do you English? Answer me. If you don't answer, I'll administer another radioscope corpses. Do you understand? Now, how do you speak English? So you just picked up English, just like that. Because you're so smart, right? So, you said you know the origin of the universe, but you did not provide an explanation. So I ask you again, how was the universe created? Answer the question. Really? But you can't create something out of nothing. Sure it is. Only a creator can make something from nothing. Wait, you just contradicted yourself. So, wait, but you said there's an origin to the universe. Here it is. I got you in the line. Right, so now you're talking nonsense. Again, how was the universe created so miraculously?
Uh-oh. We lost Honda. It looks like he may have tried to turn his camera on.
Whoops.
Hi, Honda. How you doing?
That's another theory too, though. Is the creation of the universe itself is just it's like a bubble inside of a much greater universe that we live in. Like everything that you can see, and you look out into the galaxy. And like the other thing is, there's a traditional number of universes or galaxies within our universe that exist, right? And as time has gone on and we're able to look further and further into space, the estimate as to how many galaxies exist within our universe has gone exponentially up. Like exponentially, hugely up from where it was. So if, in fact, there's alternate universes, that makes life almost fucking crazy inevitable. Like, it's out there, it's probably here, it's everywhere.
It's infinite.
But then on top of that, you think about how many galaxies there are within just this universe. If you just discount every other universe, like this is the only one. Again, we're confronted with that near infinity of possibility, which means it's inevitable, right?
which means there's probably life out there somewhere. We just haven't met it or seen it yet.
And we've been sending out radio waves for 100 years, more than that.
100, 120.
If you look at Star Trek and some other science fiction, basically where Earth is like out in the middle of nowhere. Okay? In a lot of science fiction. And that might be closer to the truth than anything.
Well, we're not near the center of our galaxy.
No, we're not.
But everything within 120 light years of us knows we're here now if they have radio.
If they do, yes. If there is something out there. But here's an idea. What if we're in like a small quadrant of space, there's just nothing, and there's just us? It's not so unbelievable, is it?
No. And it's very possible. And then the other thought is, like, technological civilizations tend to destroy themselves with their technology.
Yeah.
So once you develop a technological civilization, it's like a ticking time bomb. It's only so long. You only have a short period of time where you can even exist in that state. And so for us to pick up any radio waves from another alien civilization that sent them out would be almost a miracle, Yeah,
it would be. If we're as far out as I think we are, and I guess again, I'm just taking a guess, a stab at the dark. Then unless somebody sets up a relay or a communication relay or something, halfway between us and them, we probably won't hear from anybody for a hell of a long time.
Well, I mean, like in Star Trek, they communicate with subspace, right? They have like this subspace communication wavelength that travels way faster than light.
Yes.
We don't have anything like that, at least not
yet, no.
Not that we've discovered.
No.
So the speed of light seems to be like the universal speed limit. Nothing can go faster than that. And
but remember, Earth did not get that technology until after they met the Vulcans.
It's true.
So.
No, there's the quantum side of things. Quantum pairing is a possibility that it's faster than the speed of light.
Quantum entanglement, yes, or the effects of gravity. They haven't been able to measure how fast the effects of gravity go out, whether it's a wave or whether it's just an effect.
Well, we have measured gravity waves now.
Yep.
We did that a couple years ago. We just detect their presence. That's pretty much it. Hey, there's a black hole, and my little stick moved a little bit. Gravity!
Yeah. Yeah, if there's a black hole,
no...
if there's a black hole big enough for you to see it, run.
Well, I think, what was it? It was a quasar or a supernova that they detected on their gravity detector because it made it wiggle a little bit.
Oh, wait, didn't they say if you can see a gravity black hole, it's already too late?
Well, yeah, but the sensor's here on Earth, so...
What happens when two black holes collide?
Yo, mama.
I'm sure that's had to have happened at some point, right?
Absolutely.
They just make like a giant black... I'm sure that's got to be bigger than like a bigger explosion than a supernova.
There's probably a very, very massive explosion from energy release because as they're merging, they also push captured energy back out. So probably a very, very big, very energetic boom. And then a bigger black hole.
And then a gianter black hole. Well, they say that every galaxy has a supermassive black hole at the center of it, and that's what holds the galaxy together, is the fact that it has that giant of a mass at the very center of it. And you would think because of that, smaller black holes would find their way into the center of the universe and then eventually merge with the giant one, making it even bigger. Oh, do we have another Discord thing? Hold on. Where's Matt? Matt, you need to come here. We need to talk about aliens, man.
might just happen, right? So are you telling me we're just random? How so? Such as? So the universe doesn't care if we live or die. I don't believe that for a second. We're more than just random. So, if we're just random, then there's no meaning to the universe. So if there's no meaning in the universe, then what's the point of living? You just contradicted yourself again. No, you can't live a full life. You can't live a life that often. You think that meaning is all made up. So, what is meaning? Okay, moving on. You said we humans will die as a species. So, tell me, when does a nuclear war start? So, tell me, when does a nuclear war start? What? No.
Thank you. Okay, so now, when does the nuclear war start?
Okay, I know.
Really, pause.
Interesting. Doesn't feel like that.
Can you pause it for a second? That's really vague, isn't it? A human male will be responsible for this.
My feeling is, how dare that gray species identify as, how does it know what that person wants to identify as? If it's
Right.
male, female, other, a tree?
Exactly.
That's true.
When was this? When was this supposedly done? In the 50s?
Yeah, I would guess something. Well,
Or,
No, no, it seems too well done for the 50s.
1964.
1964. Okay. So 1/2 century from 1964.
Alright, so just tell me what he does.
It seems like it was made like, hey, let's make a alien video that shows that Trump's going to be like the guy who like nuked everything.
Okay, I just ran the numbers, and 1/2 century from 1964 is 2014. So,
Yep.
We should have already been in nuclear war.
Right. And so, like, they're setting it up like, oh yeah, this man is gonna. It was a man, and he came from your country, and he's gonna make everyone. He's gonna stir things up and lionize people over their political and religious dogma and things like. It's like, come on, dude. Like, did the leftists make this?
Probably.
So the blow up. Only a million lives.
Okay, and that's another thing. Modern day hydrogen thermal nuclear weapons don't have long lasting radiation. They release 99% of their radiation all at one time. That's why they're much more explosive. Like, the bombs are much bigger because all of that radiation gets released all in that instant rather than half at that instant and then half over the next 20,000 years. You know, it's a lot cleaner.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one, Honda.
No, it's true.
There's a lot of different types. There's boosted fission bombs. There's 3-stage bombs, which are fission, fusion, fission to make really big bombs. So you can make a cleaner bomb with a modern thermonuclear nuke, but they're not necessarily all that way.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna fire off any nukes that are gonna be, 80 years of radiation or anything.
Oh, they still have them. I'm just saying the ones that they're producing now, the ones that they would drop first, are the kind that don't contaminate the land forever.
They would use newer bombs first, and then if all of those are out, they'd use the rest of them.
Unless they're doing mega bombs. The mega bombs include a second stage of fission, and they got all the normal fission products.
How do you stop the alien future? Protect your democracy against the man who comes 50 years? Dude, this is totally an anti-Trump shit, dude. I guarantee you. This is exactly what this shit is.
I'm waiting for the alien to say Orange Man bad.
So if we stop this lunatic from blowing us up, we'll be fine, right? Wait, but you just said that if we stop him, we will be destroyed. And what would...
Turn left on I-25 north.
Well, that seemed real.
Turn left on I-25 north.
Oh, I-25 north.
I-25 north!
You're heading out of Fort Collins. You'll be in Wyoming pretty soon.
I already am in Wyoming.
In 1
There's some
mile,
bullshit at the
take
way
exit
station.
8B on the right to I-80 west.
The way station wants you to wear a damn mask. I'm like, this is fucking Wyoming. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Did you see that video of that lady on Twitter who can't take it no more?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta find it. People were retweeting it like crazy yesterday. She made some good points, though, that I agree with.
Trance is saying don't get jive on I-25.
Well, good, because I'm on I-80 in 10 seconds.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this video.
Take exit 8B on the
Bear
right
with me.
to I-80 west.
What the fuck? Dude, I saw it like 50 times yesterday, and now I can't find it at all. I didn't retweet it because I'm like, well, everyone's retweeting it. I'm not going to join that fucking party.
All right, you're driving towards Utah.
No. Well, this is exciting. Fuck me.
Crickets. Yes, crickets.
Well, apparently you got to scroll so far down on Twitter that it kills your YouTube chat to find this, so I'm not going to find it. Oh well.
Bummer.
Did you see Maxine Waters requested a police escort to the anti-police riots that she's attending?
Yep.
Yeah, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose?
Uh-huh.
And if I was the police, I would say no.
And then this one made me smile and laugh with joy. Watch this video.
Most
Oh, damn
self-employed
it.
1099
Not this part.
contractors have no idea
God
they
damn
can
it.
actually qualify.
Fucking
Wait, that's the squealer. That's the squealer.
gunpoint.
Gunpoint.
Never mind. Fuck off.
Break his arm. Squealing like a little piggy.
It's like, hey, let him go. I wouldn't let that motherfucker go. I'd let him squeal until the police got there.
I also bet you the gun wasn't real either.
I don't care if it's real or not. Did they get out of that car? Is that what happened? Oh, no, the car just went by.
Squealer. Squeal like a pig.
It needs to be in a hog calling contest.
Sweet.
So yeah, apparently because of what Maxine said right here.
But I know that the right wing, the racists, are opposed to it.
And all the shit that she was doing, inciting fucking violence and things like that, it's going to be a mistrial, and we're going to go through this whole thing with Chauvin, or whatever the fuck his name is again.
Well, in the appeal, maybe, yes.
No, they're going to appeal it. The court's going to hear it. People are going to fucking get out on the streets again, and we're going to go through the whole fucking thing again. And then they're going to have to rip the Band-Aid off because it wasn't third-degree or second-degree murder, I don't think. Like maybe manslaughter, like maybe criminal negligence resulting in the death of somebody or something like that. But It wasn't murder. It certainly wasn't murder.
No, because he didn't intend to murder the guy. He just, did bad police practices.
Right, and I don't know. I don't want to go too much into it, but for sure, like, we're going to go through this whole thing again. Mark my words.
Oh, no, I agree with you 100%, across the board. It's just, that's what happens.
So the Pentagon's developing a microchip vaccine that will continuously detect your blood for signs of virus infection.
That's how you get zombies.
I mean, that's how you get the mark of the beast or whatever, right? That's how you get your fucking social credit score locked in forever because...
Zombies.
You can't fucking get away from it.
Demolition Man.
So what are they looting today?
This was a week ago. They're just going into what are you going to steal from O'Reilly's? You don't even have a car. You take the bus.
Wow, that's harsh.
I mean, I guess you could steal a tire iron so you could fucking break into something else.
Well, no. We got to go with the old standard. What are they going to steal at O'Reilly's? A car stereo. We got to go with the old car stereo.
Well, like that one guy was running out with the gas cans.
Arizona governor signs bill to shield residents from federal gun control laws.
Nice.
The question is, how far is the Arizona government willing to go to stand against the federal government, and how does that end?
Well, Montana's done the same thing.
Yeah, but if the ATF wants to get someone up in Montana, it's not like the government of Montana stands up to the ATF.
No, they're just going to let them walk all over them.
Right.
So the law is nothing other than a placebo to make people feel better, but absolutely do nothing.
Nostradamus predicted zombies for 2021. I would have to see that quatrain.
I really would like to, yes.
Why do they call them quatrains?
Because he was French?
Because there's 4 lines or whatever.
Oh, is that what it is? Because everything he wrote was in quatrains.
Quad.
You don't even have a car, Ella. Just call it how I see it. I'm sorry. So Casa Bonita, that is the premier Mexican family restaurant establishment in Denver, Colorado, where if you grew up in Denver, you have been there. That's been in South Park, made an entire episode about Casa Bonita. Filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, sucks, man. Hopefully they find a way out, but there's all this shit going on in like the Denver metro area, like people who grow up here are like donating money to the owners so that they can stay open. And then like there's all these memes going around because like Casa Bonita doesn't have good food. The food is awful. Everyone knows that Casa Bonita has awful, terrible food that no one likes. But we all go there for the experience because there's like caves that you can go through and find hidden treasure, and there's like cliff divers and all you can eat sopapillas, which is the one good thing there is the sopapillas. But yeah, hopefully they can figure that out.
Bummer, man, bummer.
You have to be an idiot to screw up a sopapilla.
You do.
Despite claims to the contrary, the data shows that white people are underrepresented as mass shooters in the U.S., and the gospel truth that white mass shooters are always taken in alive by police, also false. But that's the rhetoric that's going on. UFO'S! Yeah, I ran out of UFO coverage. Unless someone sent me a message. I thought someone did. Maybe not. I guess we didn't look at the newest one from... Was it the Navy?
You didn't play the triangles.
Yeah.
I've got 2 videos for you guys, but I'm going to forget about one of them for an hour.
I don't want to subscribe to your bullshit to watch a fucking video. Oh, no.
Shiny coat.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to get a virus.
Good energy. We handsome boys need high quality dog food.
God fucking damn. Fucking fuck my life.
You need some high quality dog food?
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Petco, for interrupting my stream.
There you go.
So that started off as the one that I wanted to see, and then it switched to some other bullshit. Did you see that?
Yep. You're on the new one from the Air Force now. You're...
All right, let's see. CNN's business fucking shit. Maybe they've got a better one. They added music for dramatic effect. Pentagon confirmed leaked video of unidentified aerial phenomenon. The Pentagon said it in a statement, this video and other images are part of an ongoing examination of UAPs. The Pentagon formed a task force in 2020 to improve its understanding of UAPs. Intelligence agencies will declassify findings about UAPs to Congress in June is when it is. June. The Navy said in 2019 there have been a number of reports of unauthorized and or unidentified aircraft entering various military-controlled ranges and designated airspace in recent years. The one declassified video from 2004 off the coast of California caught this image. This video from 2015 was caught by an F-18 pilot operating off the Atlantic coast. The Department of Defense and the military departments take any incursions by unauthorized aircraft into our training ranges. I couldn't finish that one. All right, fuck you, CNN.
Yeah, screw you, CNN.
Despite the super racist graffiti turning out to be hate hoax by a black student, people at Albion College are boycotting classes again for a third day. They have a list of race-related demands. Don't you think, like, if the thing that you're doing turns out to be a hoax, you'd probably go home?
Not for liberals.
I guess not. What do you guys think about that chick who was going to stab the other chick getting shot by the cop?
Sometimes you gotta shoot a bitch.
That cop did everything right.
You know, Jumpy has a good point. Those students are just being lazy.
ICE captures Mexican gang members in Aurora 5 years after it asked local agencies to not release him from jail. Because Colorado has sanctuary cities everywhere, dude. Oh my God, Colorado's going to go to hell in a handbasket if things keep going the way that they're going. It's going to be bad with how many people are not from this country and here illegally and don't care about laws and doing things their own way and sucking off the government tit. You know what I mean?
You're just realizing that now?
No, I've been saying it for years, actually.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Yeah. And it also amazes me how bifurcated everyone is, too. Because you, like, go down and read the comments below, and, like, half of the comments are like, yeah, get rid of all the Mexicans. And then the other half are like, everyone is a person, and everyone should be respected, and this is blah, blah, blah. Right? And they're
Unless
both
you disagree
wrong.
with me.
Everyone's wrong. Like one extreme is wrong, the other extreme is wrong.
We'll always disagree with you if you want us to.
I don't know, but I'm running out of shit to talk about, so we might end up closing it down about 10 minutes early.
Aww.
I know, I'm such an asshole. But we're going for about an hour and 20 minutes, so it's not really that much shorter than an hour and 30, right? Like, I guess we could come up with 10 minutes of content, but I'm really running low on ideas at the moment. It's all fucking race-baiting bullshit and violence and stupid shit going on in the world, and I'm kind of tired of it, to be honest. I'm kind of over it.
You're not the only one. I'm I'm getting pissed off having to hear about this shit. You know how I should, be so, let everybody walk all over me because of white privilege and whatnot. And I'm like, what white privilege? Tell me where it is. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my white privilege benefits to come in.
I went to the DMV. They wouldn't issue me a white privilege card, so apparently I don't have it. Because I guess I'm not rich enough for it.
Rapists and murderers are also people, so should they be freed as well? Stupid people. I agree, dude. X Adam 1. And that cop was not wrong. Totally justified. 100%. And anyone saying anything different is just trying to stir up shit again, And I think the reason why, if that shit happened and there wasn't video evidence of it, then no one would talk about it. It's because there's video evidence of what happened and it's been released to the public that everyone gets to see it. Now everyone's gotten an opinion. And, of course the dumb leftists and the crazy people on the left are going to say their things. And, of course, the people on the right are going to say their things. And, of course, everyone's going to disagree and it's going to be a big fight. That's what they want, dude. You guys, that's seriously what they want. So stop feeding into it. It's bullshit and I'm tired of it. Oh, shit. There's my white privilege. Yes. Yes.
There you go. Yeah, Dick is saying, talk about Asian privilege. And Leo is reminding me, nice trick, you're part Asian. Yes, I am. Thank you.
I know what Honda's white privilege is. His name is Savage Sharpshooter.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. His what is it? Executive producer.
My sugar daddy. But I love you guys, man. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And again, I hope you're not feeding into this shit too much. It's hard not to. It really is. It's so in your face, and everything's gaslit so hard, and it's hard not to be like, dude, you guys, I have to talk out against this because if I don't, it's just going to go further and further down the road. But if I do, that's all I do, But and I don't know. I get sick of it.
Unfortunately, all we can do is talk about it because it's going to go further and further down the road until somebody stands up and, risks going to jail to say, no, I'm not going to deal with this shit anymore. Unfortunately.
But all these bullshit laws that they're going to start coming out with in the next little bit, you just wait. All the gun laws that are coming. I was thinking about, how do we fight against this when we don't have a voice anymore? How do we fight against this when we can't go out on the street and show our numbers? How do we fight against this when we're banned off of social media for even mentioning it? And the answer is non-compliance. It's peaceful. I don't have to, make anybody do anything. It's an individual choice for everybody to do or not do what the government says. And if no one does what the government says, you know what happens? They don't have power. It's only through our compliance and through our acceptance of the rules and the edicts handed down from above that they actually have any weight, that they actually have any meaning, that they actually have any power. So take the power back.
And then what happens the minute the government starts arresting people for non-compliance?
I'm saying that in the government having jackbooted thugs going and knocking down doors and doing things for them, that's compliance too. I'm talking to you guys. Night Strike, hold on. I'm talking to those people too, man. I'm talking to the people out there who would be the door knockers, who would be the boot thugs. That is your choice to not comply too. And there is such thing as a good cop. And a good cop is a cop that sees an unjust law and looks the other way. That's all, guys. Love you. Hope you guys are having a great night. Gay Frog Chat. See you tomorrow for Guns and Geeks podcast. We're going to be talking about shit that doesn't fucking matter. Again. I still think we should do gun chats on Monday, but whatever.
Shall not be infringed.
Anyway, peace out, guys.